What's up?
Oh, I'm just compiling all the top sports scores, news, and odds so I can make the very best bets.
Me too. BetOnline.ag.
Join today and receive your 50% welcome bonus at betonline.ag.
Hello and welcome into this week's CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host, Nick Qualia, not with Marvazan, not with Mike Molino, but this week we've got a guy that you've probably seen on the field with Evan Lazar with Trags. Alex Bartholomew, buddy, what's up, man?
That is what I'm best known for nowadays, just kind of being around Evan and Trags. I think that's what most people would recognize me from. Congratulations on the marathon, by the way. Seriously, congratulations. And it's only taking us a tenth of the strength to get through the marathon of this Patriots offseason that it took you to get through that race and raise all that money. So in all seriousness, congratulations and well done.
Oh, thank you. That's why I'm flexing the shirt. This is the only out of all the money that you had to raise, this is the free thing you got. And honestly, I'm all about this shirt. I love this shirt.
It's like the I did so and so, or I went through so and so, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Yeah, but this thing is sweet. I love this thing. All right, so we're not here to talk about the marathon. Not too much with the Patriots going on right now, but we've got some finalists, some nominees here for the Patriots Hall of Fame that we got to discuss because it's a pretty solid class this year, and it's probably one of the toughest classes that you've had to talk about for a little bit. Richard Seymour, Mike Vrabel, Rodney Harrison. Alex, the question is, out of those three, who should be elected to the Patriots Hall of Fame first? Basically, who should be elected this year?
Well, this is a tough class, like you mentioned, and we're going to start running into this now year after year where they're going to be so backed up on candidates. And even Richard Seymour suggested today on Twitter that, he loves to go in with those guys, put the three of them in together, and they're probably going to have to start doing more than one at a time. Probably won't happen this year, though. So, out of that group, you certainly have Vrabel probably embodied the most of what it meant to be a Patriot, right? Coming in after failed stops in New Orleans and Pittsburgh, kind of reinventing himself, being able to do multiple things. You think about all the touchdowns he caught as a tight end. Then you have Rodney Harrison, who's the fan favorite. He was kind of Mr. Patriot. He was, if Belichick was a player, I think a lot of people like to say that's what Rodney Harrison would be. So he sort of embodies, to me, he embodies the Patriot way more than anybody but Teddy Bruschi, who's already in. And then you have Richard Seymour, who is probably the best player of the three. He's the only one of the three who's going to get Pro Football Hall of Fame consideration. Not a talent issue with Harrison, but did have a steroid suspension in there. So that's, de facto going to disqualify him. But even so, Seymour still probably the most talented player of the three. Had the biggest impact on the game of football. He changed the way we look at the defensive tackle position. There is no Aaron Donald, at least not as we know him, if not for guys like Richard Seymour. So you have three guys with very different claims to why they should be in. But at the end of the day, it's a Hall of Fame. I'm going to roll with talent. I think it's Seymour this year. That's who has my vote. That being said, all three should absolutely get in. All three should absolutely get in soon. And they're going to have to start putting more than one guy at a time in because, you've got three Super Bowl teams to put in. And then by the time you're done getting everybody in from those three, there's going to be another 3+ right? We're kind of still going with this Dynasty 2.0. There's going to be a second 3+ teams you're going to have to put in. Plus, there are a couple guys in the middle there who deserve it, probably 2 or 3. So, it's going to start getting backlogged. They got to figure out a way to sort of speed this thing up.
Yeah, right. It's tough at this point because there's so many guys. When you look back at those teams, it's an unbelievable class, and it's going to be like this year after year after year. And out of the three, and this takes nothing away from Rodney Harrison. Out of the three, I kind of definitely knock out. When you look at the group, it's like, all right, Rodney Harrison, sorry, this is not your year, but it's going to either be between Mike Vrabel and Richard Seymour. And not even solely because of the talent, but because they were there earlier and because they were also part of another Super Bowl team, which is crazy. This is only a 4-year span. There are 3 Super Bowls won in these 4 years. Seymour and Vrabel were both on 3 Super Bowl winning teams. Rodney Harrison was only on 2. But Alex, before I continue with my answer, guys, let me tell you that the Patriots Roundtable is powered by betonline.ag. The second season is underway in the NBA. The Celtics are facing the Pacers. Confidence high, willing to place a wager. Don't know where to start. There's only one place to get in on all the action. Grab the odds and allow the experts at betonline.ag to do the heavy lifting for you. Sports, live betting, virtual casino, you name it, betonline.ag is CLNS Media's preferred sports book online. If you are feeling lucky and would like to support our podcast, go to clnsmedia.com. betonline.ag/Pats Roundtable and use promo code CLNS50 for 50% sign up bonus. That's CLNS50. BetOnline.ag, your sportsbook online experts. Go online to use your mobile phone to sign up today at betonline.ag and try in-game live betting where you can participate with all the action with every play. Use the promo code CLNS50 for a 50% sign up bonus. Again, that is betonline.ag, your online sportsbook experts. All right, so something else here with Richard Seymour, too, that I actually think gives him the leg up on Mike Vrabel. And this has nothing against Mike Vrabel, but Mike Vrabel wasn't even the best linebacker really on the team because at that point, I'm giving that to Teddy Bruschi. I think Teddy Bruschi is clearly above Mike Vrabel. Richard Seymour was just so dominant at his position because when you look at Richard Seymour at that time in his prime, he was one of the best, if not the best at his position. He was so dominant that it's almost impossible not to make him the first guy because, again, he was so dominant. And you mentioned the talent aspect of the thing. Richard Seymour was so great. Mike Vrabel, very good, but he's not a pro football Hall of Fame type of guy. He's the perfect Patriots Hall of Fame type of guy. Like you said, some failed stops along the way. Yep. But Richard Seymour probably going to be pro football Hall of Fame. The guy should be the first one out of the three in the Patriots Hall of Fame. He was just an absolute tank.
And just one more thing to add, too. If some people are going to say, don't even consider the Pro Football Hall of Fame, which I think you do need to consider in this case. When
Absolutely.
you say don't consider it, Seymour's the only one who was drafted by the Patriots.
I was going to mention that, too.
Vrabel had a couple stops, and Harrison started in San Diego. Now, he didn't end his career with the Patriots like Harrison did, which some people I think would put more stock into. But, he was a Patriots product. He was drafted. I believe he was Bill Belichick's first draft pick. I can double check that real quick while you make your next point. But, yeah, he was a Patriot from the beginning. And some people also bring up how it kind of soured at the end. But, a number of guys had bad departures from New England. Guys like Randy Moss, who are still so, well thought of around here. Welker, people are starting to come back around on and starting to appreciate in this area. I think I said Ty Law. I don't remember if I said Ty Law or not, but a guy like Ty Law who tried to come back, didn't get the money he thought he deserved, but he's all in on it. Joe Andruzzi's another one. You could go through all these guys, and it's just the nature of Bill Belichick. Lawyer Malloy is a major example who did not have the best ending in New England, but came back and made it all good. And, I don't even know if you can count on one hand the number of guys who kind of haven't gotten over that. The only one who comes to mind is Adalius Thomas and Reggie Wayne are the only two, and Reggie Wayne was barely here. I think that the people who say, oh, Seymour left in a bad way, you can throw that out the window. He wanted to get paid. He got paid. It's a business. From everything I hear, there's no ill will either way.
Well, that's the thing too, and it's like you're gonna get Belichicked if you are a top talented player. Like, look what happened with Trey Flowers. Trey Flowers wanted to get paid. When you're playing football, when you're playing a sport that is that physically demanding, you want to get paid for it. You want to get paid the big bucks, especially if you're one of the top talented players in the league. Look, if I'm at my job and I'm going to get offered more money to go somewhere else, that's the same job, I'm going to do it. If you're going to get paid that much more, I'm going to do it. You're going to absolutely do it. So you can't fault the guy for wanting to go get paid more. And it's just, if you at this point are going to take a notch down on somebody because they were upset that Belichick didn't pay him, you can't do that because that's what Belichick's done to everybody. That's what he does. That's just the Patriot way, and that's how it's gone. It's worked for however some odd years now. So at this point, I mean, you got to get over that type of thing. You can't fault a player for being mad that Belichick's not going to pay him. You just can't do it.
And my bad, Seymour was in he was the first round pick, but he was in Belichick's second draft in 2001, not 2000. So that's on me. My bad.
All right, so weird. This is weird because usually if you look back at the old Red Sox roundtables, Alex and I generally disagree on most things. So
a little bit. I told you we could do a Red Sox one tonight on Swihart. I'm fired up about that. And I saw your column on the CLNS website, and I think we disagree, but maybe we'll leave that one to Twitter.
I disagree with everybody on this. I'm so in on San Diego being back.
We might have to do it. Seriously, get on the horn with the brass and make it happen. We might have to do it.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm still mentally toast from yesterday.